If you don't mind, could I suggest a Navy or a search and rescue or a Coast Guard boat that includes the airboat from 1 to 2 weeks ago and maybe a helicopter? Well, you know what? I think that's kind of an interesting suggestion, so let's go ahead and take our airboat, this thing right here, and add a boat around it, I guess. Maybe. Okay, so we've got our airboat right here. Let's go ahead and build a boat around this. I feel like it might be kind of tricky to do, but I think we've also sort of got this. So let's go ahead and line this up right here like this. There we go. We're then going to go straight into these guys, matching it as we go up, and go ahead and connect that to there like that. There we go. So this is where the boat will be sitting very nicely. Okay, let's go ahead and delete this guy, send this bit backwards just like so, all the way to the back end, which is going to be right there. Okay, so now we have to build a boat around that. Oh, before we move on with anything else, I'm going to change the color of this boat to be more militaristic, I guess. So we either go for green or we go for like a blue of sorts. Unfortunately, the blues... Oh, wow, it's two different colors. I forgot about that. Let's go ahead and just go with a gray colorish then. And we'll do that. That looks cool, actually. I quite like that. Alright, so I continued on a little bit more. As you guys can see, this is where the airboat is gonna go. But I've actually built a bit of the hull for the rest of the ship, because I'm not entirely sure what I want this boat to even look like in the end, but I thought this looked pretty cool. So I haven't gone with a flat bottom, we've gone with a bit of an angled bottom. I've got these bits on the side, which I thought looked pretty cool. And yeah, obviously we've got the bit for the airboat right there. It should just fit right in. Now, the thing is, obviously this is going to be out of the water a little bit, but I'm not entirely sure how I want to be able to retrieve it. I can either add a little bit of a ramp back here, or we can have the bottom of the back of this ship, the big one, go down into the water so that we can actually ramp the boat up onto it. That could work too. I'm not sure just yet. Alright, not sure how I'm feeling about this right now, but you know what, we've still got the base at the back where we can store the airboat. Don't really know where the bridge is going to go, don't really know what it's going to look like, but I've gone ahead and built a bow anyway, that is obviously on the front of this thing. I've added a little bit of a stabilizer thing on the side, and she's looking interesting. The thing is, I just don't know where to add the bridge, the superstructure and stuff like that. Obviously somewhere in the center, but I can't work it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue with figuring it out, and hopefully we can come up with something nice. And there it is. So I wanted some sort of angled thing on the front. Not sure how I'm going to mount this section with this section. It would be really nice to attach this to there, but it's not really going to work out, I don't think. I do also want a way to get from here to the front of the boat. So I think what I'm actually going to do is delete some of this really quickly. Go to doors really fast, grab a door and shove it in there. It's going to have to go inside. That's fine for now. There we go. Something like that. From there, we're just going to go ahead and whack this guy to the front. Excellent. And that does allow us to actually get through there, I think. So that's fine for now. We can get from the bridge or the superstructure to the front of the ship, and that's okay. It's a very skinny ship right now as well, but I'm okay with that. Alright, the next thing that I want to do is figure out where we can have some funnels. So we're going to go ahead and chuck some on right here, I do believe. So we'll seal that from there to there. We'll seal it from here to here-ish. And then I guess we'll seal it from there to there. Those are going to be our funnels. Okay, fine. Good. We're then going to attach this guy to here. We're going to bring this backwards to about there. We'll seal this up from here to there. From here to there as well. There we go. And then we can actually add the funnels onto here. That looks sick. That looks like a bit of a chunky bridge, but it is on there, so maybe that's fine? Not entirely sure. I don't know about these windows just yet. I don't really know how I'm going to add detail to the side of this. Currently, it looks very ugly because it's just very bare. But I think if we did add some detail, then we could definitely make this area look nicer. Still don't know how to attach this guy to here, because that sort of needs to happen. And we've obviously got this little bit back here as well. I think I'll add a ladder on one side. We'll go ahead and connect these guys together at the back, and that'll be okay. I do need to fill in the top of these with some fluid ports. That'd be pretty good. And we need a mast and stuff like that up here. So once we add all of that stuff, maybe this will look a little bit better. I also want to extend this thing on the side backwards to about here and maybe forwards to about here. So I'm going to do that really quickly too. I don't know how I feel about that, but I've gone ahead and added a mast, as you guys can see. I've added some ropes to said mast, to the funnels as well. I've added some nav lights onto the ends of this one. I've added a nav light up here as well. We've added this thing, which might change actually in the future, but look at it. I think this is an interesting looking ship. I also tried to add like some random details to the side right here, but I think that just makes it look a little bit uglier. I'm not entirely sure. But I added a hatch on the side as well. Added some windows. Obviously, we've got some windows already. I added the ladders on the back that we said we were going to do. I filled in these bits on the top of the funnels. And overall, I feel like this boat does look pretty interesting. Now, it is at a point where it should, technically, be able to float. So, let's go see it tip over. Alright, here we go. You will see that it will float. It does, in fact, float. But it's likely gonna tip over to this side because I've added no weights in the bottom or anything like that. I'm surprised it stayed upright this long, but yes, it is gonna tip over. There we go. So yeah, there's a lot of extra weight on the top, as you can see. So what I think we do is we add a little bit of weight in the bottom, I add a little bit of stability, and we should be good to go from there. So to be more stable, we're just gonna go ahead and get some control surfaces, these guys. I'm going to get them in green to match with the bottom of the ship. And I'm actually going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. We're going to go to the back of this piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And that will make us a little bit more stable already. What we're going to do from there is paint this piece. Hold on. There we go. And we are actually going to go ahead and paint this bit at the back. There we go. And then what I need to do is add a little bit of weight in the bottom. So let's get a weight block. We're going to go actually from the front to pretty much the back. We're going to add 2 rows of weights on each side. Hopefully that'll be good enough. I'm also thinking that the draft on this thing is a little bit too small, but maybe it'll be fine. And there she is. She might weigh a little bit too much at the front compared to the back, but it is actually floating. Very nice. Okay, well, what are we going to do next? I have an idea on how to add a little bit of detail to here and possibly here, so let's do that next. There we go. I extended this piece up here out a little bit. I extended this bit at the bottom out a little bit as well, added some bumpers, and I pushed this one in a little bit as well, meaning that there's a little bit of extra detail there as well. So we've got random details around the boat that are actually working out kind of nicely. What I'm going to do now is add the airboat to the back, and I want to see what that looks like when it's in the water. And there it is. It's actually on there. I haven't added any magnets or anything like that. It's just sat on there nicely. And it totally works. I think that's kind of interesting. It's a little bit squidged in there, but I think that's fine. So we obviously need to add a bunch of extra details around this thing. We also need to add an engine into this, and then we'll be good to go. So I think what I'll do for now is finish this video here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And in the next one, we'll add a little bit of deck details. We'll add a little bit of interior detail. We'll add the engines. And then this thing will be ready for the workshop. I've built quite a lot in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.